What's good, YouTube? DM Gaming here, guys. Getting back on the schedule, so yeah, it feels pretty good, man. It's a good morning. Good morning. If y'all hear some barking in the background, that's my dog. We just got a dog not too long ago, and she's getting acclimated to her surroundings, nonetheless. But I have to digress. So, guys, what I want to discuss today is the side quests that are in Dragon Ball Z Kakarot, because it's going to be very, very important that if you want to get the most out of this game, you need to play the side quests. So I'll just have the older scans. And guys, I'm going to get the updated scans here soon. I'll probably do that today for the future videos and stuff like that, because I know y'all tired of seeing these same ones. But anyway, so if you play through the main story missions, you're only going to get so much out of the game. The key to getting the most out of the game is to play the side quests. And that's why I like to compare this game to none other than The Witcher 3. Now, that's a tall glass of water to fill. That's big shoes to fill. You know, that's a big load to carry. You see, because The Witcher 3 was a very good game. So much, in fact, that it still sells to this day. And the beautiful thing about The Witcher 3 is the regular base game was enormous and very long, especially if you do all the side quests. Now, what makes it beautiful is that the 2 DLC packs that they came out with were just as big, if not bigger, than the regular game itself. And it would be really nice if Dragon Ball Z Kakarot followed suit with that. Now, in order, you know, as far as DLC goes, I don't expect it to be bigger than the vanilla game. Only way that would happen is if, say, they released Dragon Ball, for example, and then Dragon Ball Super. Now, Kenzaru did a video and he went in depth about why they didn't do Dragon Ball and why they didn't do Dragon Ball Super. And he made some really awesome points, was because with this being an RPG and the game having various locations, if they just did Dragon Ball, the game would be very limited, because you would basically just, well, you'd be limited to Earth. And then when you look at Dragon Ball Super, the only location is Beerus' planet, Earth, and the tournament locations, and those aren't explorable. The void area where they fought the Tournament of Power, that's not explorable area. And then also where they fought the Universe 6 vs 7 tournament, that's not explorable either, because they were kept in that one area, the nameless planet that they were on. You see what I'm saying? So aside from that, you know, when Trunks and Goten went off, but other than that, there aren't any areas that would merit a full RPG game. You get what I'm saying? So that's something to keep in mind. Now, that doesn't mean that those things can't be downloadable content, can't be DLC and add to the game even more, because the thing about it is you really need Dragon Ball Z as far as RPG and world exploration as a foundation. And then from there, you can add in Dragon Ball and Dragon Ball Super. But be that as it may, guys, the game as it stands right now, I don't know if people understand the magnitude of how large this game is. My biggest concern is, how is it going to feel as repetitive? Is it going to be repetitive? Is it going to get boring? Now, there are times where, yeah, it's going to be repetitive, but is it going to be an interesting repetitive, or is it going to be one of those, I don't feel like doing this over and over and over repetitive kind of things? You know, what's going to be the rewards? There has to be some kind of benefit that makes it worth doing these side quests. And part of it is going to be the stories, of course. You're going to get those original characters like Banyu in the side quest. You're going to get background into the characters and their development and the unexplored lore, such as Android 16 and Gohan's side missions. Those side quests are going to be prominent. Those things aren't going to be main missions. Those things are going to be side missions, side quests. And that's the role of a side quest in an RPG. Is not only to extend the game and make it bigger and broader, but to give you more background. So take Destiny, for instance. Destiny, you could play the regular game all willy-nilly, but if you really want to get immersed in the game, it's important that you do that you collect what they call the Grimoire cards, or the lore. Any RPG game, lore is going to be key to immersing yourself into the game. And the thing about Dragon Ball Z Kakarot is that the game is already set in an anime world that we are very, very, very familiar with. But yet and still, there are little things that they're implementing, such as original characters, such as unexplored lore, that is going to be imperative for you to play in order to get that super in-depth content or to get that full immersion, things that we already know and understand. Like, we know why Gohan, while 16's death is what pushed Gohan over the edge, but to actually see it played out in a game with the story added to it, those kinds of things are refreshing. Those things add immersion. Like I said many, many, many times, that this game is intended for you to live in. It's not intended for you to play. It's not a linear game like the Budokai and the Tenkaichi series. It's not like Xenoverse that's from point A to point B kind of thing. It's not linear. This game is meant for you to explore. This game is meant for you to live in and not rush through it. Now, are you going to get people that's going to rush through this game just to see what's at the end? Yes. But y'all know, I'm not going to be one of those people. I want to do literally everything possible there is to do in this game. So some of you may get this game as well and be far ahead of me. That's fine. I don't care. There may be YouTubers. Hey, DM, they're already They're already at this part. They're already at that part. Can you get to this part? Can you get to that part? No, I can't, because I want to play the game how the game is intended to play. It's not a race to the finish line. This is a game that you're going to want to take your time and play and spend and have fun in. And that's the way that I intend to play it. And I would advise you all to do it as well. Now, I'm going to tell you up front, reviews are going to come out for this game. And I guarantee you these people are either not going to be Dragon Ball fans. You're going to get those kind of reviews. And that's cool, because we do need a non-biased opinion, kind of like we did with Huggable Hipster, that she's not a fan of it, and kind of seeing what her input is on what she's seen thus far. Now, when the demo comes out, I'm going to get back with her and see if she'll play the demo and give me an update as to what she thinks about it then. But you want those kind of reviews, but take those things with a grain of salt, because these guys aren't gonna, a lot of times review copies will go out to people maybe 2 weeks before the game is ever released, and it's up to these people to play the game. But are they really going to play it? Can you really give a true, honest to God opinion or review of a game based off of 2 weeks of gameplay? I don't think you can, because if you're doing all the side quests, if you're doing everything the game has to offer, and then, I don't know, 2 weeks, it depends on how much hours you put into the game as to the type of review you can give. And then also understanding the anime and things like that, the stuff that people like us will look at and say, ooh, and like, for example, look how crazy everybody went when they found out that the Piccolo and Goku's driver's license thing was going to be a mini game. Like, little stuff like that makes you like super excited. Like, that's super cool to have that in the game, and we appreciate that. But somebody on the outside looking in is like, well, it's just the driving mini game. Like, what's so special about that? You see what I'm saying? But we understand it. We understand the level of depth and precision that they're putting into this game. Now, I know there's some things under concern with that, as far as like Raditz attire. Goku's attire during the Raditz fight and things like that. But there's a reason for all of that, and I'm sure all of that stuff will be explained to us. And also, that's a very early build, so they could very well change it when the release comes out. But guys, side quests are of the utmost importance. You're going to want to do them if you want to level up your character, get that extra experience. Also, there are still things that we don't know about the game, so it's going to be even more important that you do those side quests and missions and stuff like that. Also, doing the side quests will give you more battle opportunities. That's going to help you to get more acclimated with the controls, because one thing that a lot of people are concerned with is the controls, because they're not like all the other Dragon Ball games like Xenoverse and Budokai Tenkaichi and Tenkaichi Budokai and all that. The controls are very similar in all those games. Raging Blast is another one, But this is a different game. The controls are different. We're used to having a punch and we're used to having a light attack and a heavy attack, or a punch and a kick and a key. And in this game, you don't have that. You have one button that's used for the attacks. Now, you can mix up your combos with different finishers. We've went over that. And then also you can add in your special attacks as well to give you different combinations. However, the button mechanics on it are simplified. Somebody wanted me to do a video about that. We've already done a video about that. Guys, it's an RPG. The fighting mechanics as far as button layouts are not going to be complicated. It's not meant to be complicated. RPGs are not fighting games. Get that out of your head. the RPG fighting styles are supposed to be simplistic. It's not that kind of game. You see what I'm saying? Now, there are going to be some complicated elements to the combat system that it's set up in a way where new people can play it and have fun, and where people such as myself who have experience playing Dragon Ball games and fighting games and things like that can, go a little bit more in depth. Like they told you in the interview that I read in a couple of videos ago, that if you are experienced at fighting games and stuff like that, as far as, strategy and stuff, then you could beat the game without leveling up. And I know people are going to say, well, that means that the game is easy. No, it doesn't. It's still going to be a challenge, but they're basically telling you that if you want a challenge, just don't level up your character or keep them at a low level and let your fighting skills dominate the match or win that way. Now, they even said that it's going to be hard. It's not going to be easy, but it can be done, and so that creates your own adaptable level of difficulty. Like they're literally thinking of almost everything for this game, and it's amazing. And I really hope this game comes out. I hope everything works out well and there's no hiccups or anything like that at this point, because guys, this is everything that we wanted in a Dragon Ball game and more. Like they finally took all the great elements from all the different games and have put them together into one to make the perfect Dragon Ball game. Now, how can they improve on this? I don't know. We'll have to see what all this game has to offer, because it could be a one and done. It could just be this, how do you build off of this? You would have to go through some of the same stuff again. You see what I'm saying? Or create a completely new story or something, create a character or something to that effect. So it's going to be very interesting to see where they go with in the future. But like I said once, and I'll say it a million times, guys, do everything in this game, and that's going to get you the most out of this game. Otherwise, you're not going to have the best experience. You're going to have that same quote unquote same old story type experience with the game, and we don't want anybody to have that, because those people will do that and then they'll come out and say, oh, it's the same old story. Well, have you did the side quest? Well, no, why would I do the side quest when I could just go to the main missions? Point proven, but you have people that'll do that. So guys, let me know what y'all think down in the comment section down below. Do y'all plan on doing all the side quests? Do you plan on exploring every single thing? Or do you just want to casually play it and just go from main mission to main mission? I appreciate everybody for tuning in, guys. Till next time, thanks for watching. Peace.